Alright, what's going on everybody on YouTube? Griffin here, coming back with another live stream for you guys. First and foremost, if this is going to be your first video or live stream to me and my channel, just a quick overview. Obviously we talk about the stock market here, and then on top of that we talk about ways to just achieve financial freedom, be it with the stock markets, getting out of debt, any way to really make money other than a job, ways of just working for yourself, be it from home, on the road, whatever your dream is. Essentially, that's just what I try to kind of just highlight on this channel overall. So if you're just into that kind of thing, definitely consider at least checking out the videos, hopefully in the suggested, or just click on the channel or something if you wish. I'm not going to spend too much time on that, but yeah, anyways, first and foremost, those of you that aren't new, you know that today I did not trade because I only had about 50 bucks available to like day trade, quote unquote day trade today. And I found out why it is like with this revolving money, essentially, as you want, if you wish to call it that, just your account balance, so to speak. You can't use, like, let's say you have $1. Like, just for this example, obviously you're going to use more, but let's say you have $1. It's a PDT rule is what I've learned it as. It's like some, like, everyone goes by this rule, not just like Robinhood or TD Ameritrade or anybody. Everybody has to go by this, where say you had $1, you can only day trade that dollar 3 times in a week. So that's why you see that it takes like a whole business day for those funds to be available, because by doing it that way, it makes sure that at the most you can only do it 3 times per 5 days. Essentially, that's why you do it Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Tuesday, Thursday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and so on. So that $1, say you use that $1 and day traded it on a Monday, you're not gonna have it till Wednesday, and so on. So hopefully that clears it up for you guys. It did for me, for sure. I thought at first for the longest it was just a Robinhood thing. I'd heard about this PDT rule, but I never looked into it. And then finally I looked into it, and also some people on the Tech Buds, not private group chat. There's a group chat you can join with them. It's free. Like I said, I'm not affiliated with them whatsoever, but they helped me out with learning about that as well, and why I should consider using Robinhood Gold in the near future. So I'm definitely going to look into that and let you guys know. Like I said, I'll always be 100% transparent with you guys with everything I do, be it with Robinhood and so on. Speaking of Robinhood, they sent me the email that I will now have access, which it sounds like everybody does now, will now have access to the Robinhood web, like meaning robinhood.com.org, whatever their website is. So I'll be doing a video about that. Probably it'll upload this weekend, I'm assuming. I have a whole bunch of videos I want to get uploaded for you guys. I think for the most part, I'm going to try to upload probably on top of the live streams. I'm going to try to upload, obviously, 1 or 2 videos on the weekend, and then as well, hopefully, another video or 2 throughout the week on top of these live streams, like I said, including the Sunday stock watch that we do. So anyways, for the whole point of what you all are actually looking for, we're going to talk about just, obviously, the stock market is going crazy right now. It's been going crazy for probably, what, the last 2 months now. We're almost going into April, and February is when it really started going crazy. So what I'm going to talk about first and foremost, just to get it out of the way, because I did put it in the title. Let me go over here. Boom. We're going to talk about this chart, and I posted this chart on my Facebook page. I need to post it to my actual Facebook page, like business page, but I posted on my Facebook profile. I posted it. I sent it to like all my friends, family, anybody that I thought might be investing in the stock market. I just pretty much quote, I said, do not be surprised. I didn't say anymore because I'm not predicting anything. All I heard, I just obviously hear things. You watch the news. I didn't actually watch too much news today about it. Actually, I only heard about it on the radio, like news talk radio, AM radio, yeah, AM radio. But anyways, heard about it on there, and just people kept bringing up 1987 and 1929, and obviously I brought this up too in the past. And if you just look at these charts, this is just S&P 500, but that's where a lot of people invest, obviously, within S&P 500, NASDAQ, and Dow Jones, of course. But they're all going to be about the same as this. But point being, this is S&P 500. If you look at 2018 to 1987 to 1929, look at here, we're like on a very similar path. So I mean, could it be wrong? Could this like not happen, and could we just like quote unquote double bottom and just shoot right back up or something? Yeah, but if there's anything that most people know, it's that history generally always repeats itself. That's why 1929 pretty much happened again in 1987, And if you look at here, there was what, about 50 to 60 years in between the two, and we've had about 40 years since. So I mean, could this, I mean, we're about not even, we're what, 2/3 of the years? I mean, but years don't necessarily matter. It's the chart that matters. So I mean, could it happen? Could we have this huge sell-off, or could it be not necessarily as bad and then still show a similar pattern? I mean, could we go ahead and just drop, like, say, I don't know, 10%, 10 or 15 more percent, and then it bounce, and then we'll be fine after that? Yeah, that would still technically be considered a crash anyways, or at least correction at the minimum. I think they said as of today, we're in correction territory. I don't know if that means we're actually in a correction or not. I'm assuming not yet, but pretty close to say the least. But anyways, what's going to be interesting is just looking. I don't have it pulled up on TD Ameritrade, but just looking to see if we break this right here. This is currently about where we are today. If you paid attention to SPY, S&P, Dow Jones, we're right around this make or break point, so to speak. So we're going to know probably within the next week or two. I would say within the next week, maybe even by the end of the week. But I think within the next week, we're going to know, are we going to go south, or are we going to kind of temporarily at least bounce and continue to push forward? And then we'll obviously wait to see if it'll break, so on. Then we'll probably revisit this in another few weeks. But the market is definitely due for some sort of a correction, of course. I hate using the word crash, but I mean, it could happen. I mean, like I said, I'm not going to waste too much time on this or anything. It's just something to be on the lookout for those of you that are long-term investors. And for those of you that are day traders, swing traders, I mean, be smart, especially if you're a swing trader. Be smart and day trade. Like I said, day trade, swing trade, you can still make money while the stock market is crashing. It's just a matter of covering profits. I wouldn't hold any stocks overnight personally. That's why I said I'm more of day trading than swing trading to begin with. This market's just so volatile right now that I don't trust it. That is why I'm more of a day trader than a swing. I don't really like holding stocks overnight. It just adds more stress to you when you're trying to sleep and all that. So that's why I'm taking the day trading route for various reasons. But yeah, I'm not trying to like scare you guys or anything. But we'll go ahead and jump. Let me see if we got any comments or questions. None right now. Make sure the stream health is doing all right before we keep going. Let's go ahead and go back here. Boom. Wow, we're already 7 minutes in. I'm going to get a quick sip of this, whatever this juice is, and get right to it. So, those of you that know what I've been trading lately, I've been in love with what? Drip and Gush, right? And why is that? Just because I mentioned this like when I first started trading, I was always quote unquote obsessed with like just oil stocks, the price of oil futures, etc. And oil just kind of comes naturally to me. I know when oil tends to spike, like which is usually spring, summertime. I know when it kind of tends to sell off some, which is in the winter time for the most part. I mean, let's go ahead and look at the 180-day to confirm. Well, let's go ahead and look at the 3-year even. It's going to take it a minute. So let's see. This is what? May into June, and then what happens around June? Sells off, and then looky there. The lowest point is where? In January, and this is in 15 going into 16. So if you look here, what happened? Or this is just oil futures, of course. But anyways, point being, actually I think oil did get around like $30 around that time, because gas, if you remember, I was around like $1.79. At least here in Missouri, it was around like $1.69, $1.79 a gallon, early 2016. But anyways, point being, look, winter, lowest price. As we get towards spring and early summer, gets the highest. Kind of it kind of jumped around here. Actually, this isn't really like, obviously this isn't like a perfect like image of this, because I mean it got abnormally low. If you know anything about oil and OPEC and everything, you know that OPEC really kind of messed and manipulated with the price to try to push all other competitors, quote unquote, out of business, and just a whole bunch. I mean, they still are kind of, but that's a whole nother just topic and crazy thing going on. But point being, oil tends to like get its lowest in fall into early winter months, and then obviously you start to see this kind of just push up. I mean, let's go ahead and just look at the 180-day even. Just look at this year. I mean, so as you can see, the lowest was what? Fall, and then pretty much it actually started trending up around what? Around here, right around, this was still fall, so this was October. However, it had been trending up. Now that we're in spring, I do look for it to continue to trend up with time. You can even see right here, there might be a little bull pattern going right here, and look for it to continue up in the near future. But for the time being, If we look at the 10-day here, it kind of pushed up here to around $66. There's a huge resistance right around 66, it seems. And it really just had issues with hitting. It would get up to 66, boom, go back down to the support around 65, just hang around there. We would always try. Let's go ahead and look at the 5-day even. 5-day even shows that it would try to get up near 66, would get rejected. This SMA right here is kind of acting as a resistance now, but it's kind of crazy because if you look at the 20-day, it's acting as a support. So, I mean, it's still due for somewhat of a little sell-off, which I do look to continue, at least for like probably the next week or so. Obviously, the market being so volatile, this could all just, like I said, I'm never going to tell you guys where to trade or anything like that. I'm just saying how I'm looking at right now. However, the RSI on 20-day shows that it should be showing signs that it's oversold, and MACD showing that it's not really pointing at a sign of it's time to buy, but it's definitely showing that it is selling off, of course. But what I don't really look at the 20-day when it comes to crude oil and drip and gush. I look more at the 5 and 10-day, and the 10-day shows that it's below the SMA right here. So I would not be surprised now if tomorrow or the next day you'd see oil kind of start to bounce and start to go back up near that 65 support, which is now going to be a resistance. Look right here, it's 64.81 right now, and it was 64 like 77 a few minutes ago before I went live. Look here, now we're at 60. So yeah, I mean, as it gets closer to 65, it's going to act as a resistance. So something to be on the lookout for tonight going into tomorrow morning. And how does that affect gush and drip? Well, if you look at gush, as you can see, gush, it's been as of late. Let's go ahead and just look at the 20-day. You can see it has overall been trending up, and the SMA has been acting as a support. Every time it has gone down, it has eventually gone back up. As you can see, it trended down for how many days? About 2 or 3. Actually, overall, if you look from this point, it trended down overall for about a week. So, and then look here, it started trending up for what? 1, 2, 3, 4, about 4 or 5 days it kind of trended up. However, look, the resistance now is where around $25. It got close to 25 3 different times, got rejected. And if you look at this peak formation right here, it shows signs that it's going to continue to have a sell-off. I don't think that we're going to see it hit this low of around 2060. However, I do look for it to probably trend down below 22, possibly even tomorrow. It keeps showing signs of a possible reversal to start trending back up. So like I said, same thing with oil, and the same thing that drip we'll talk about here in a minute. Just look for a confirmation. I'm not going to trade this too early in the morning unless if we see in pre-market hours just this sudden spike, or with the drip a sudden drop off. Like, I mean, decent size, like we're talking like 10%, which I really don't see happening. I mean, if you look at today, it's down 723, or yeah, 7.23%. I was like 723. There's no way it's down $7. But anyways, I do look for gush to go ahead and continue. You could be seeing a support right around here, around, like I said, just under 22, right around 2180 to 2175. Right now we're at 2246. So what do I look to happen? Looking at the 5-day, like I said, right around just under $22. It might even be a little higher than 2180, right around 2190. So as you can see, it got down to 22 and it bounced. So what I'm looking for, as you can see right here, it's kind of showing signs that it might be trying to trend up. But like I said, I'm just going to watch it going into morning. I look for this to now act as a resistance right around $23. So if it jumps up to say 2280 early market hours, I'm not even going to mess with it or drip. Why? Because I'm going to wait for some form of confirmation that's going to start actually going up. I'll get in right around like 2320. Obviously I'll be missing out on a few like maybe 1% or 2% of profit, but I would rather wait for confirmation. I mean, I might not wait. Yeah, I'll probably wait till at least 2310 still, because I want to wait, like I said, just for a confirmation. Yes, I'm going to miss out on probably about 1% or 2%, but I do look for it to go ahead and test that resistance around 25 and break the 25 if this were to happen. However, I do not see this happening. I look for it to go ahead and continue to trend down tomorrow, just because, like I said, looking at the 10-day, or maybe not the 10-day, looking at the 10-day, you just see this pattern. It would, or maybe it was the 20. Either way, you see that it's showing this peak formation. It showed this little sign of a miniature, like a little bull pattern right here, and it kind of went up for a brief second. Again, got rejected around 25. Boom, had a sell-off. I look for it to continue that sell-off for probably another day, maybe 2 at the most. I don't look for it again to get under around 2190, somewhere around there. So, and then how would that affect drip? Obviously, drip is the inverse, and drip is obviously around 1307 right now. So I look for drip to get right up around here, around 1380, because obviously that's going to be a resistance right around 13, maybe around 1370. 1370-ish. I look for that to be the next resistance. So what do I look for tomorrow morning, essentially? What I expect is for drip to kind of pull back. I look for it to go back under 13 in the morning. I look for it to probably go ahead and do this number down to around 1274, maybe, somewhere around there, because as you can see, that's going to be a support right around 1280 to 1275. So I'm saying just around 1275 is where I'm looking. If it gets down to like 1280 and it bounces back up to around 1295, 13, then I'll go ahead and jump in at that point. So let's say it jumps back up to, like I said, around, let's go ahead and say even 1293, just because that's where my thing wants to settle at. So what I would do then is I'm looking for it to where? Get up to right around 1370. Look at that. Oh, I didn't mean to actually draw it. Let's go ahead and go back, remove. So I said, how much again? 1293, just say that. So if we write it up here to, what I say, around 1370. So if we sell it off right around 1370, you're looking at almost 6% profit, guys. And I'm talking for a day trade. Like I said, right now I'm not wanting to hold anything overnight. So you're looking at potentially, again, 4 to 6, maybe even if you wanted to push it, 7% profit for a day trade. And like I said, you obviously see an inverse pattern right here with drip. I called it out perfectly the last few market days. I said it was going to go up, came back down, and did go back down. What did it do? It went back up. I'm calling for a slight pullback in the morning, and then what do I look for it to do? Go ahead and trend up. However, obviously, drip has been trending down of late. I did say, I believe yesterday, that I looked for a possible sign of a reversal. You saw this huge sell-off from 1481 all the way down to, at one point, 1177. I didn't really see that as like the continuation of the sell-off. The sell-off dipped down to about 1194. So you looked at what, about a $3 loss there, like a $3 sell-off, aka, let's go ahead and track it. You're looking at roughly, you can't see it because the thing, if I would zoom out, you'd see it, but $3, just do that math if you want. You're talking huge percentage of a drop. And then if you look, I mean, it's kind of, yeah, it hit a new low, but it did not hit that low very long. It bounced right off that low, and ever since it hit that low, it had been doing what? Making new, quote-unquote, days. If you look from, let's see, from about the 22nd until now, we're going to be going into the 28th tomorrow. So about the last week, it's been doing what? Making new highs for the week. It's been making new highs and new high lows as of the last few market days, last 4 or 5 market days. So it's going to be interesting to see. Again, you have to watch the /CL crude oil futures to really get a good grasp on this. But it's going to be interesting. Is /CL going to keep trending down? Because of course that would benefit what? Drip, of course. However, it's like I said, what you're going to want to watch for is crude oil going to test this support right around 64. If it goes below 64, I do think we will see a full-fledged reversal between drip and gush. I think you'll continue to see gush go down and drip go up. However, just how my general pattern that I've noticed over the years since I've been watching oil, I look for oil to eventually bounce off of that support around 64, go back up probably close to around $70 at some point, months from now, weeks or months from now. I'm just talking further out. However, we might see a minor reversal between drip and gush. So point being, just keep an eye on it. These are day trades specifically, at least for me. Like I said, I'm not telling you guys how to invest whatsoever. There's a lot of people that love gush on the TechBud Solutions as like a swing and long-term trade because they see that same pattern that crude oil tends to go up in summer months and whatnot. Obviously, people taking vacations, all that, gas prices go up. They always take advantage of holidays, 4th of July, what else, Memorial Day. You obviously see gas prices go up, oil prices go up around those times, busier times of the year. But I don't want to write on that too long. I'm just saying what I look for, just this continuous pattern. Look for drip to go ahead and have a minor sell-off, minor pullback in the morning. I'm going to try to get in around 1290, ride it up for my quick 4 to 6% like I've been the last few days with drip. And like I said, if that doesn't happen, if it just has this big sell-off, then what am I going to do? I'm going to hop over to Gush instead. I'll ride Gush up, get my good 4 to 6% out of Gush instead, maybe even more, because if let's say we see a reversal, get in right here around 23, let's just say 23.11, since that's where it wants to hit. Let's say we go ahead and ride it up to right around $25. Let's say I sold off at $24.97. That's 8%, guys. So I mean, like I said, either way, if you just watch it right, look at /CL, because they are directly correlated. It's directly correlated between Gush. I feel like I'm totally messing my words up. Still getting over the sickness, but it is directly correlated with Gush and drip. As /CL goes up, you will see Gush go up, and as you see Gush and /CL go up, you will see drip go down. So yeah, I know I got on that for like probably close to 10 minutes. I just don't want you guys to miss out on these potential profits. Like I said, I'm not telling you guys to invest in these whatsoever. I'm not telling you guys where to. I'm just saying where I'm considering based off of just SMA, the price of oil. There's so many factors you have to take into consideration when making a trade. That's why I've said, I've learned, and I tell people over and over, yes, it looks like easy money from the outside, but when you actually start doing it, I mean, it's like the hardest work you'll ever do. But let me go ahead and make sure the stream is doing all right. We're already at 20 minutes. Let me make sure that no chat so far. Like I said, if you guys ever have any questions or anything, or think I misspoke about something, let me know in the comments, and I'll try to help you out or clarify anything. Thought there was another one I wanted to hit on. I guess I want to go ahead and look at Acre and Seed. Like most of you know, I haven't been messing with penny stocks like at all lately. However, if you look at Seed right now, it's kind of showing this almost like a bull pattern. I mean, if you look just overall from like the last, 2 to 4 days, somewhere around there, we're about 3 days, it hit a low where around 80 cents. And then today it hit a new high low. I had to think about how to say that. It hit a new high low of around 84 cents. I don't even think it hit 84, it's around 84.50 or something like that. 84.5 cents essentially. So, I mean, the new high low went up like 3 to 4 cents in one day. So, I mean, it's just something to look out for sure. You can see, I mean, this is obviously penny stocks are volatile as hell. So, I mean, I'm not telling you guys to invest in this whatsoever for sure. But, I mean, look here. I mean, it hit 95, 96 cents for a brief second. If you caught that, you definitely cashed out. I mean, let's say you hopped in right here, you saw a reversal around 84 cents, wrote it up there, 14%. Obviously, that was pre-market hours, it looks like, so a lot of people wouldn't have caught that, but there's always that potential. Even if you caught it during market hours when it was starting to trend down, get in at 84, look at there, you're still looking at almost 8% profit. And then what am I saying about this potential bull pattern here? I mean, I'm not going to say it is the actual, I'm not going to try to confirm it or anything because it's not really showing huge signs or anything. It's not like, no, I'm not too confident in Seed to say the least. But, and the RSI does show that it's not really oversold or overbought or anything. But, I mean, with these penny stocks, guys, I mean, if you gain a penny or two, I mean, let's look here. Let's say you got in at 85 cents. Wrote it up to 87. I mean, you're talking 2 to 3% right there. So, I mean, you only need to gain like 2 pennies with these stocks to make some money. So, I mean, that's why people do love penny stocks because, I mean, there's just a good chance that you can gain money, but at the same time, there's a good chance that you can lose your ass if you're not paying attention, setting stop losses, limits where you want to sell, etc. I do look for this SMA to continue to act as a resistance. Obviously, the SMA is like really high, so around $1. So if it did trend back up to like around, I mean, obviously this, I predict that this is going to continue to get lower. I think tomorrow you'll see the SMA trend around like $1.98. But I mean, hell, guys, if you get in, let's say you wanted to wait for some confirmation around what? Let's say 92 cents. I don't think it'll hit 92 cents tomorrow, but who's to say? Let's say it does hit 92 cents. You wrote it up to, say, 97. Look at there, over 5% profit. So, I mean, there is potential with Seed. I keep saying this. I keep saying that there is a potential for day trading with Seed. I mean, it's a super volatile stock right now. I don't know much about it. I haven't looked it up or anything. But I mean, there is potential there. Like I said, you make a penny or two, you're making about 2% profit at the minimum. So I mean, there is potential in it. It shows signs that it could be. I mean, if you look at the overall, what was it, 20-day? If you look at the 20-day, what's it done? It hit 80 cents before. What did it do? It kind of went up and down, up and down, up and down. Boom, shot up. Now, was that a pump and dump? Maybe, probably, who knows? I mean, it was so quick. That's why I think it was a classic pump and dump. But I mean, who's to say? Once again, it got down right around 80 cents. What's it doing now? It's trying to just kind of go up and down, up and down, up and down. Who's to say it won't boom sometime in the future? It's just something to be on the lookout for. I would not hold it for damn sure. I never want to hold penny stocks, but it's just one to be on the lookout for. And then Acre is one I would kind of be more. If I were to ever hold a penny stock, one like Acre would be one to hold out of them all. And why is that? Look at the 180 day. 180 days shows that Acre has had success. It had a huge sell-off, obviously, because, I mean, look at the earnings, minus 13, but minus 0.13 cents. But, which is huge when you're talking about a penny stock. So that's why you see, I mean, this continued sell-off. But, I mean, look, 12 cents, and it's risen back up to highs recently of like 98 cents if you go and look at the. But before I look at that, I mean, the high was 98 cents. I'll show you that in a minute. But I'm identifying two resistances. One right around, what was it, about 86 to 87 cents. Or no, I think it's slightly higher. Right, 88 cents, yeah. And then actually support, I think. Either way, and then a resistance right around, the next one around $1.12. So if we look back at the 10-day, if I remember right, no, maybe 20-day. Let's go back to 20-day here. Obviously, you all know I sold Acre off way too soon. I said I was going to swing trade it, but then I took too many people's advice, and I sold it off way too early. I sold it right as it was pretty much getting ready to start swinging back up. Sold it off like right here, and obviously missed out on some pretty big profits. Like I said, hit highs of 98 cents. What did it do? Got rejected. It keeps trying to go back up there, but it keeps getting rejected. But what's it doing? It's bouncing off of the support right around 87 cents. So if we zoom back in here to like the 5-day, what do I look for? Look at the SMA indicator. Lately it's been acting what is almost like a support. I mean, it bounced off here big time, pre-market hours and early market hours on, what was that, Monday? Yesterday? Yeah, Monday. And what has it done? It seems to be acting almost as a support. So what do I look for here? But if you look as of today, it acted as a resistance. So like I said, with penny stocks, super volatile still, even though it is a good, reliable company. It is still a penny stock, so anything can change any single day. But if you look here, some people are trying to say this is a bull pattern. I don't really see that because, I mean, yeah, it shows a little dip here and a little dip. It could be cupping right here and getting ready to shoot back up to near $1. However, I'm going to want to wait for confirmation for it to break above the SMA. I would want to wait probably until it got above 91 cents, probably around 91.5 cents. And then I would try to ride it up to around like 95. Let's say you go ahead and get in right around 95.7. You ride it up to, let's say you wanted to be a little antsy and ride it up to 96, just over 96, 5% profit. Let's say you wanted to be conservative, sell it off right around 95. You're still looking at almost 4% profit, guys. And that is, again, like a potential day trade because this stock has been super volatile as well. Obviously, it's actively trending up, which is a good thing, as always. But I do want to at least, at the minimum, wait for it to break above the SMA because if you look at today, every time it got close to the SMA, what did it do? It got, let's go ahead and just zoom in right there. Look, hit it, boom, rejected. Hit it, boom, rejected. Got close to it, and after hours, what did it do? It got rejected. So it's just something to be on the lookout for. Let's look at the 1 day with the SMA. 1 day also shows acting as more of a resistance than the support as of the last day or so. So like I said, just something to look out for. Wow, dropped down to 82. So if somebody caught that around 82 cents, and if you just cashed out on it around 89, you made some decent profits there. I mean, I did it at 83 right here. So let's say you sold off right there, 7.5%. Wow, didn't catch that one, but yeah. So I don't want to hit on those too hard, just because, like I said, I'm not a huge penny stock trader or anything like that. Let me see how we're doing still. Oh my God, we're almost on half an hour already. See if we got any questions. Doesn't look like we do. So yeah, I'm probably gonna go ahead and wrap this up, unless if you guys do have any final questions. Like I said, I'm pretty much still sticking with drip and gush just because those are the ones I'm most comfortable with for the time being. I'm still, of course, going to keep an eye on acre. I'll probably keep an eye on seed as well. BPMX is actually one I'm also keeping a slight little eye on. I'm just kind of looking at it. I'm not really looking to invest in it whatsoever. It's just one I'm keeping an eye on. Obviously, I'm keeping an eye out on all these to a certain degree, but I'm not like actively looking at every single one, obviously, because you can just really confuse yourself and lose a lot of money fast. I definitely suggest you guys only really seriously consider about 2 at the most 3 stocks per day, as most successful traders actually do. Ever since I've been seeing consistent green. Obviously, I've only been doing this specific way now for about, what, a week, less than a week. Not doing this trading, obviously, but this specific style of trading where I only limit myself to about 2 or 3 different stocks per day. I've seen more success, especially with ETFs over penny stocks, but yeah, obviously you guys can do what you want. Like I said, I'm never going to tell you guys what to invest, how to invest. I'm just going to say what I'm doing, what's working for me, what's not working for me. Like I said, I'll always be 100% upfront with you. While I'm doing that, why don't I go ahead and just show you guys? I wanted to wait till the end of the month, but I wanted to just show you guys. I mean, look at the last, like I said, just the last, this is from the 20th until yesterday, right? Yeah, yesterday, 26. Keep getting my days all mixed up. I mean, look, I've made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 trades. Like I said, about 3 trades a day. I've made 9 trades in the last 3 days, and ever since I started doing it this way, I've made, what, 6 out of 9, so about 66-67% of those trades were positive trades. Obviously, the seed one is in here, but that one, I don't want to really count it because that was continuous from the previous week when I was doing penny stocks a lot, and you can see that one. So if you take that one out, I have, what, a 6 out of 8 then, 6 out of 8, which is about 75 to 80%. I think it's 75 on the dot, actually. 75% success rate, which is pretty good. I mean, JDST, obviously I cut profits way too early, but I went with my gut on that one. That was where I didn't really do my own due diligence as much. If you guys want to see what I'm talking about, JDST, obviously right now I'm around 53.48. However, if you look at /GC, it's still getting ready to bounce. I think it's going to go ahead, and a lot of people do think it's going to bounce off of that SMA indicator as it's actively trending up. As you see, when it trended down, boom, /GC sold off, and that is why JDST went up. However, I sold mine off so early. I mean, I could have made $3 back per trade if I'd held out until today, close to $3. Actually, even more if I would have sold off around 54. But I mean, you win some, you lose some. I didn't have a huge amount of shares of JDST, obviously. How many did I have? 3, if I remember right. I had 2 and then 1. So I mean, yeah, I mean, I still lost out on $9. I mean, it's crazy. That's the thing with these bigger stocks, guys. I mean, that's why I'm messing around with like drip, drip and gush the most right now. What do you see right here? You see a bunch of drip and just like 1 gush. That is why I'm just telling you guys straight up. I mean, I'm telling you guys exactly what I'm investing in. Like, you can see my amounts right here for how much, the percentages I made. Obviously missed out big time on JDST. This would have been a lot less. But, I mean, better to cut profits than gamble and it continue to go down. I mean, it could have gone down to like 4. I mean, and it probably will in the near future. So, if you're still holding out on JDST, I personally would go ahead and just sell off. But obviously, I was wrong yesterday when I did so. But who's to say, who's to know, anything like that. But like I said, overall, ever since that I've been doing like my own due diligence, going with stocks I believe in the most, I haven't had, other than with JDST, I haven't had like a single red trade. So I mean, that's definitely encouraging. What have I been averaging? About 3 to 5% daily since then. Obviously, it's only 3 days. I'll continue to build credibility and gain more confidence within myself and trades as I continue to go along by the end. And look, I'll be honest with you guys here too. Look at here. Look at all this red when I was doing penny stocks. Not very successful. So, like I said, I'm not going to tell you guys what to trade or anything like that. Still getting used to this platform. But, yeah, let me go ahead and just go back here. Like I said, don't know why I still have the calculator pulled up. Check the chat one last time. Doesn't look like we have anything going on, but, yeah, I don't want to make this video too long. It's way too long if you ask me. I'm trying to make these videos a lot more shorter and concise and to the point for you guys. But I mean, when it comes to day trading, there's just so much stuff to hit on, so many stocks you can hit on. I could hit on all these stocks for you guys if I really wanted to, but I mean, that'd end up being like a 2 or 3 hour video. I'd be making movies at that point. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just wrap it up. Want to make sure that we're still doing all right on the stream. But yeah, I think that's a good point to wrap it up at. So hopefully oh man, I cannot talk today. Hopefully this video did help you guys out. Again, like I said, just showing you guys what's working for me, what's not. Hopefully you will go do your own due diligence, only invest in what you believe in and see value in. But yeah, if you do like the video, definitely make sure to smash that like button. I greatly appreciate that. And if you are new to the channel and did like this video, definitely consider at least checking out some of the other videos, hopefully in your suggested, or just click on my channel down below. And if you do like all those other videos, definitely consider hitting that subscribe button as well. But until next time, guys, keep on going out there making those profits, achieving some financial freedom this year. And I'll see you guys in the next video.